Alright, so this is my first cold process soap that I did in the mold. Not sure if it's coming out. But I thought it was a like 2.5 pound or 3 pound mold. Oops, I think it was the 5 pound mold that I bought. I never know what I buy. I'm crazy like that. So I order so many things. And then I look back and I said, oh, now what did I order? So that's the importance of a shipping invoice. Because I tell you, I've had a heck of a time ordering from the 20 or 30 soaper people that I ordered from. And say the first 4 out of 6 did not send me a shipping order. So then I had to pay my people to, go online, figure out what it costs. It was just a whole nightmare. So for any of you, business owners or people out there, anytime I order from you, please send me a shipping invoice. It's so much more helpful. Anyway, so we're going to get to cutting this. And notice the funny little shape it made here. That was because I had put kind of this cello type paper down, and it doesn't fit the whole mold, and so therefore I had to put a couple sheets, and some of it went kind of underneath it over here. So anyway, this is my the 2 clay soap, and the first time I made it, oh my goodness. I think I didn't realize at the time, because it was only my 4th time making a cold process soap, that yeah, you really have to have your oils measured out, because if you have too much oil, that's kind of what happened. And I can show you here. I'll get the other soap and show you real quick. Now this is I did this in the little soap, the little loaf pans, and this has a little bit too much oil in it. Not sure if you can quite. It's not like you can feel it through the video, but it actually didn't. For my 4th time ever making a cold process soap, I have to say I'm not going to be that hard on myself as I am normally. So it came out pretty well, but after that I kind of realized that you can't put too much oil. You have to really have the exact amount of oil. Anyway, moving on. This should be interesting. The other loaf that I made was so bad that I've now made it into laundry detergent. Because apparently that's what they told me I could do with it. Okay. Now we will cut the soap. Now this is a 2 clay soap, and I made it for my assistant Jessica, who likes sweet almond smell. So that's what I made. That's what I put in this 2 clay soap, and it is French green clay and Moroccan red clay. We're gonna use it and see how it is, and possibly I'm gonna get some different type of clay, like the rose clay. I still have to do a lot of studying on that. In fact, for anyone who is just starting out like I am, let me tell you what an education I've gotten the past couple of months. Boy, it's amazing what one can learn from the internet. And I would like to thank all of the YouTube soapers who had some great videos. Love their videos, everyone. In fact, Karen of Eden Secret is such a doll, and man, wow, what an artist she is. My goodness. I don't think I could never make soap. In fact, I will never want to even aspire to her level, only because I really didn't start this business wanting to make soap. I started it. Oh, that came out nice. Nicely. I like that. Okay, so anyway, this is a 2-clay soap with the Himalayan pink Dead Sea salt on it. I'm just gonna weigh this. See, since they're very short bars, rather very small. 5 ounces. That's 5 ounces right there. 5.4 ounces. A little tiny bit less than that, although I'm still not sure how much weight these lose during their curing process. So I said, I am just learning all about this as well. Oops. The sound of my computer saying, nope, you can't touch that button. Alright, so it's hard to cut these straight. Especially when you don't have a miter box. Well, I had one. And I went to use it, and it broke. I sent it back to Soap Making Resource, and I've got to check tomorrow to see why it's taking so long to get my credit. You know, it's interesting, these companies, they just love to take your money. Then when you mail them back the merchandise that they say that can be returned, because I asked the owner before I sent it in, and they take your money so quickly, and boy, do they take their time getting the money back to you. Oh, that's a 6.3. Oh, that's twice as big. Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. I'm not very good at cutting these. Let's see, there we go. Oh, that's going to be huge. That's going to be huge. Yeah, 6.6. Goodness. So that's really the size I want. That size like this. That's better. That's the perfect size right there. Also, because it's hard to gauge because of this, the way it made, so it's a little bigger here and a little thinner on the inside. Well, as I always say, live and learn. Right? Live and learn. I'm kind of actually using the stripes on my counter here to cut, to use as kind of a faux miter box. Let's see if that's better. Now it's a little too small. This one I've got to go right like that anyway. Actually, gonna turn it over. Did that only because the difference in the sizes. I kind of like it that way too. Looks kind of cool. The different was one way on one side and one way on another. Probably not the way to do it, but again, I'm just still in the testing phase and still trying to just figure. All the salt is coming off. That's another thing I found. if you're using any type of decorations on the top, you really got to kind of stick it in there because it'll just kind of fall off if you don't. The glitter stays on there pretty well, I believe. That's probably because the particles of the glitter are so minute. That's why they stay on, where these big pieces of salt. And I put a little of both on this, a little of both of the coarse pink Himalayan salt and a little bit of the medium. That way, if the big ones didn't stay on, I was hoping this medium size would. I didn't want to put the fine ones on there, or the fine grain, only because I don't have any, number one. And number two, again, we're still just testing all this out. All right, so did we weigh this one? So that was the last little one before the bigger pieces. Oh, that's going to be big, I can tell already. Oh, it's kind of good. This is definitely a nice hard bar of soap. I'm just going to cut that right in half. Alrighty. Well, I'm actually very pleased with how that came out. The colors are a bit muted because of the clay. I didn't want to get away from the natural colors of the clay. And also with our new, don't quite know what to call these yet, but these are our salt bars. Just made them last night for the first time. And I'm so happy with the way they came out. They've got kosher salt, Dead Sea salt, lemon peel, and spearmint leaves, which you can't really smell the spearmint, which is all right because I didn't really want the spearmint to take away from the lemon verbena scent, which is basically one of my favorite, is lemon verbena. So this is like just a giant bar of soap. It fits in your hand very nicely. And let's see how much this one weighs. Well, this weighs 9.3 ounces. So I imagine once it has cured, it will maybe lose an ounce. I'm not quite sure yet. And that's why I didn't quite have enough, so I just made 2 smaller bars. Which, by the way, to make these, or rather to make this type of shape, they're these little loaf pans that I only filled part way, and that's how these, and then I just scored the edges, and they came out really nicely. I honestly didn't even plan on this. And then these were the very first ones that I poured. This one and this one. And what's interesting to note is that this one and this one, I added no color whatsoever at all. And this, I added titanium dioxide. And they really, look quite the same, almost. I mean, this is just a tiny bit wider. So I believe the yellow of the lemon peel actually did its job and was a slight colorant. but I'm just so happy with the way this came out. It's really kind of a rock solid hard bar. I'd like to think I'm getting better at this. But this is, I believe, only my, what, 10th, maybe 10th soap ever. So we're learning. It's awesome. And so much fun, learning a lot. Still have a lot to learn. So tune in to my next video when I will be either cutting more soap, or I'll be checking in all of my orders from the soapers that I ordered from. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and peace out, everyone.